Fuck him up like all this, I got your back. Missed my dick, bitch. We're just a bunch of bitches. You motherfuckers got me fucked up. I'm out.
Jesus fucking Christ. They didn't get him. They didn't get him. Hey, gang. Welcome to the Jerry Hot Pants Club podcast. With me, as always, is...
I'm Chris.
Back there doing...
Yeah! It's wild out here, boy.
We got Helix today. Legolas made it back, but you saw us getting attacked. Unfortunately...
They got my homie! They got my G!
Poor Eric.
R.I.P. baby! He's so fucking sexy, I miss him already.
Yeah, he's gone. E-Hair Duty Bro. December 4th, 2001. He was 11 when he passed.
He was so young.
So it is Monday, or fuck, I forget. Thursday. August 18th. It is National... We did this once, but we're going to do it again anyway. National Fajita Day. National Ice Cream Pie Day.
Ooh.
Chris likes ice cream.
He loves that shit.
Yes. Ice cream cake.
He's a skank for ice cream, bro.
Let's go.
See?
Do you know anything about my cake tomorrow night?
No.
Talk to somebody. Get us an ice cream cake.
Get you some potato salad.
Oh, Franklin.
Mustard potato salad.
What a... He took that fucking shit home. He was so happy. National Mail Order Catalog Day. That is not a thing
anymore. There are some mail order stuff, I think, but they just direct you to their website.
Yeah, you don't get the paper one in the mail. And National Pinot Noir Day. Pinot Noir Day.
Pinot Noir.
Pinot Noir.
I said it right this time. Yeah. Oh boy. So again, if you want to send donations to Eric's family, care of the Jerry Hot Pants Club podcast, go ahead and drop them in my mailbox. I'll make sure his family gets them. Also, tip your bartenders and waitresses, man. You never know when they're going to go. You know? Mm-hmm. I mean, he went out. He was fighting the good fight.
Worked his tits off.
He did, man. He did. And now he's laying dead in a puddle of orc blood somewhere.
It's orc shit.
We'll find another pretty.
They eat people.
Yeah. Meat's back on the menu, boys. So, we're going to address something that brought me some joy, which has got a whole bunch of people's panties ruffled. The FBI served a search warrant at good old DJT's compound at Mar-a-Lago in Florida. We have with us an actual copy of the warrant. It was sent to us by Merrick Garland himself, Garrett Martin, whatever the fuck that guy's name is.
Thanks, MG.
Yeah.
Holla at your boys.
Yeah, we got you this Christmas. United States District Court for the Southern District of Florida in the matter of the search. Briefly describe the property. The premise is located at 1100 South Ocean Boulevard, Palm Beach, Florida, as further described in Attachment A. Search and seizure warrant.
Search and seizure.
Yes. So they have the property receipt. So, description of items, 4 documents. 29, box labeled A14, and that goes on for several more boxes. Description of items, executive grant of clemency, Roger Jason Stone. Info, President of France. Leather-bound box of documents, various classified TSSCI documents. Potential presidential record, binder of photos, handwritten note, probably in crayon. Box labeled A1, box, miscellaneous secret documents. Nuclear codes, aliens. I'm thinking aliens.
Actual bodies of aliens.
Yeah.
We know aliens exist. Yes, we've known that the whole
I'm telling you guys keep giving. You won't fucking do any work on this, okay? That guy from Israel said that Trump knew about the Galactic Federation of Planets. That's what this is about. Okay. Top secret documents. It goes on and on and on and on. Now, the president himself, the former president, number 45 himself, campaigned heavily on a lot of issues, and one of them was, the mishandling of top secret documents, and he took it from misdemeanor status to felony status. It was one of the things he pushed through during his time in the Oval Office. So,
what did he push through?
Prior to this, taking stuff out of the White House like this was just a misdemeanor. It is now up to a 5-year felony.
taking stuff out of the White House.
So there's a proper way to do this. You have to send it for so like let's say it's military documents, right? It goes through that chain of command, and then it goes through.
You get to declassify stuff as the president.
No, you don't.
You talk about.
No, you don't. So
presidents declassify shit all the time.
Not without approval. That's why we have this thing called a system of checks and balances.
From who?
It depends on what it is you're trying to declassify. If it's military secrets, you can't be the president and go on TV and share military secrets. You have to get approval from the Joint Chiefs and congressional approval as well.
What?
Yes.
So, where does it say that?
What do you mean? Where
He's
does
the
it say
commander in
that?
chief. He's in charge of all those of the Joint Chiefs.
No, okay. So the
He's
president.
the commander in chief.
Okay,
Those are
let
the
me
Joint
explain
Chiefs.
to you boys how the government is supposed to work, but it really doesn't. But how it's supposed to work. The system of checks and balances says that the executive, judicial, and legislative branches of our government, one is no more powerful than the other. Now, the tide has shifted a lot in the last 30 years, but that means that the legislative, like the president can't go on TV and declare war. He needs a decree from Congress in order to do so. They have to vote in order to do so. Then he can make that declaration. He can't go to the military and say, go invade this country.
You can for like 90 days.
Depending on the reasoning. But he cannot declare war on a sovereign nation without approval from Congress.
You can for like 90 days.
No, you can't.
You can.
No, you can't.
You can.
Okay. Okay. Where's that written down?
See, everything that you're saying, we have no proof of.
It's called fucking government class.
The president can declassify anything he wants.
No, he
They do it all the
cannot.
time.
No,
Yes, he can.
No, he can't. No, he cannot.
Okay, we're not just going to argue back and forth here. Do you think it's right for a sitting president's Department of Justice to raid a former president's?
These are people that were appointed by Trump, so nice try.
The Department of Justice, Merrick Garland?
Was appointed by Trump.
All these people are okay. You think it's okay for Biden's Department of Justice to go raid President Trump?
It is not Biden's Department of Justice. It is the United States Department of Justice. Independent of the White House, they serve these search warrants.
Okay, so say Trump's president and the FBI goes and raids Obama's house. Is that okay?
Okay. If the FBI raids Obama's house while Trump is president, the FBI is doing it on their grounds for the best interests in the United States.
So that's okay.
Yes.
So it's okay for the FBI to raid Trump.
Okay, they didn't raid Trump. Everybody calls it a raid. You people won't admit it was an insurrection when they tried to fucking hang the vice president, but you want us to admit that this is a raid.
Oh, you mean when the FBI incited an insurrection on January 6th with Ray Epps and Pelosi not pulling in the National Guard?
Excuse me?
Yeah.
I still don't get anything about that day.
Yeah, well.
Like why it's such a big deal.
because
Nancy Pelosi and Mayor Bowser let the FBI.
Is that a real name?
Jump
Is that a real
into the Capitol.
Mayor Bowser?
Yeah, no, that's fake
That's a
news.
real
No, that's
fucking
what
name.
happened.
Fake news. What happened was Trump tried to get Georgia to overthrow the election. He wanted them to throw out all the votes that went to Biden, and because he didn't get his way, he had a little rally, and those people went nuts and stormed the fucking Capitol.
That's not true.
Oh,
The people at the rally stormed the Capitol.
There's two set of videos
Yes.
in that regard. There's one set of video where there's people trying to incite, like, yeah, let's go in there and let's fuck shit up, and they're just like, yeah, I don't think so.
Oh,
And then
not
there's the
everybody.
other-
No, there were a ton of people that were at that rally that turned around and went the other way because they were smarter than that.
Yeah.
So-
'Cause
And
it's like-
they look. There are plenty of people I know that were smart enough that who voted for Trump, and the reasons that they voted for Trump, I actually agree with. That saw what happened that day, and they have jumped off the fucking boat because it's a sinking fucking ship. Period. This was not a raid. This was a lawful search for documents.
That's
which
called
were
a raid.
It
Did
was,
they uncover
when the-
anything?
a raid is where you enter the home, guns drawn. Okay, we were
It's the
talking
same
about
thing. You're just talking semantics now. It's
which is
still a
what
raid.
your side loves more than anything.
If the
is
police come in here
semantics.
and kick in my door, or whether they come in with a search warrant and turn everything upside down looking for shit, it's still a raid.
but the door was not kicked in,
It
and they were
doesn't
also
matter.
given prior notice to the Secret Service. We talked about this.
Huh?
Who protects former presidents?
Who protects former presidents?
The Secret Service.
No shit.
So do you really think that the FBI could just raid a compound without giving prior advance notice?
They went in there without they. Do you think that they knew there was a warrant? They were coming in there to do it that day, right then. They said, "Hey, we're coming. Get all that shit out of there before we get there." You think they're going to do that? Tell them they're coming ahead of
Well,
time.
you're kind of back
if you're
my
friends
point a little bit.
if you're friends with somebody that's well,
So you're saying that it's okay for the government to raid a former president's home?
If he committed a crime.
What crime did he
yes.
commit?
He removed top secret documents at the end of his administration, which he did not have the clearance to.
No, he didn't.
how come it would only
Yes,
take until
he
this
did.
long
Everything
to
he
get
had
to
was
that?
declassified, right?
No, it was not.
He declassified it all.
Well, what's the
I'm
information
sorry.
that was taken out?
But that is an inaccurate statement, and it is false. He does not, if he wants to go through the channels to declassify information, he can't just do it on his own.
Yes, he can.
No, he cannot.
Yes, he can. He's the commander in chief.
No, that's not how that works.
How do you pardon
Christopher.
somebody? Isn't it the president gets to pardon somebody too? You can
Yeah,
pardon
but that has
and
nothing to do with what
declassify.
we're talking about.
Yeah, they have presidential or pardon powder.
But like, isn't that the
Yeah,
same
and a lot
thing?
of time,
Pardon power.
like if you look at
He pardoned Kodak Black
yeah, he
and
did.
Kwame.
Yeah, he pardoned Kwame.
He pardoned Kwame.
Yeah, yeah, he did. But he didn't pardon fucking Joe Exotic.
Fuck Joe Exotic, because that guy's a fucking joke. That goddamn.
I think
Okay, but honestly, like toward the end of Trump's administration, the people that he pardoned, all of these guys, Clinton, Bush, Obama, special interests got a hold of those guys, and people got I mean, the lists of pardons from these people, it's just ridiculous. But that's not. We're not talking about that.
Yeah, I just thought like that maybe they fell under the same thing.
No, they don't. They don't. And that's so the other point of the system of checks and balances, right? So let's say the Congress and the Senate, they approve a law. The president has to sign it into law. He can then veto it if he does not agree with the law and send it back to have them change it. One thing Trump did do that I was like, my man, right? When they were trying to push that one stimulus bill through, he went on fucking TV and talked about all the horse shit in that bill. Like money
He
for
actually read that shit.
money for, well, I don't think he did, but he had people
all the
around.
money for foreign countries and shit.
Yeah,
during
like
our
cultural
stimulus
art
bill.
centers in fucking
Yeah.
Berlin and shit. So now, granted,
Damn, I almost forgot.
the excuse that the left came up with was like, that's just how politics works, and I cannot concede to that. Like that's and that's why we got Trump, because he's not a politician. He did his best whether I agree with it or not, whether I like him or not, he did his best to go through his term and not do it the way that politicians do. He got his hands dirty in the political waters like everyone else does, and he's going to have to pay for it. But like, I was flattened when he was like, okay, we're going to make the smoking age 21, right? Like, that's a loss.
That one caught me by surprise.
That's a loss of billions for the tobacco industry, and they have notoriously been some of the biggest lobbyists in D.C., right? How long did people know that smoking caused cancer, but yet they didn't do a thing about it? You know? So,
I mean, that's a good thing, though, right?
believe, yes. So, like, I cannot say that, you know, the entirety of his term was trash or whatever, but...
So if any other foreign presidents have top secret documents that they're not supposed to have in their houses,
we're not talking about other foreign presidents. Why would we be? We're here talking about this.
I am.
And you're so always concerned with America being the best country in the world. So
if any other presidents have top secret documents that they're not supposed to have, they should be raided by the FBI.
You said
right?
You said foreign.
I said former.
Oh, see, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go off like that.
I thought I heard foreign too.
So if Obama or Clinton,
Chris, you're handsome,
or Lil Bush have documents that are still classified and top secret, they should be raided by the FBI.
If they were removed illegally, yes. Yes, they should.
The Clintons took like furniture and paintings and the silverware, I think, out of the fucking White House when they left. Bro, they took and then when they left, yeah, they took. He took silverware.
I don't know anything. I've never heard anything about that.
There's news articles about it. You can read it. It's common knowledge.
So what the fuck, were they broke? Were they just like, take it off?
Stole furniture and silverware out of the White House when they left.
That's ghetto.
Okay,
they made them give some of it back too.
Okay, no, that is ghetto, and I'll agree with that. But that has nothing to do with classified intelligence from the military apparatus or foreign dignitaries. Why does Trump need any information on the president of France at his house? Unless he's going to do some of his dirty ass shit.
I mean, you know who the president of France is, right? Like what he used to do, right? He's an old central banker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so here comes the conspiracy again, right?
What? He's an old central banker. What conspiracy? He's an old central banker. Okay. What do you want me to say?
Well, no, I don't mean you specifically. I mean like the fucking QAnon folk.
I mean, the guy used to work in the central banking industry. I mean, I don't know what else you want. Now he's the president.
Okay.
He was going to implement some terrible gas tax, and the whole country revolted against them a couple years ago.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
France has been a shit show since the start.
They're a liability over there.
They're weird. They don't shave their pits.
So I just want to go on the record and, I agree with the raid. If any presidents are harboring any documents they shouldn't have in their home right now, they should be raided by the FBI as well.
Okay, I agree.
All right.
I agree with that.
We agree then.
I agree. And here's what I have to say in the common interest, okay? So, each side has been trying to either glorify or vilify Trump for the last fucking 6 years, right?
They took my passports. They took my passports, man.
I don't think they took his passports.
They did take my passports.
Well, he don't need to go nowhere.
They got a picture of Melania.
I can't.
No, so look. You gonna plead the fifth again?
I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. Fifth.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth.
That thing was scary.
Yeah, it is. That's what happens when a cum sock comes to life. So, I mean, look, do you remember that episode of South Park where they went in for the snook?
Huh?
The snook. The nuke in Hillary Clinton's sniz.
Okay, yes. Yes.
Oh, God. Or they'd sent the bomb tech in there. Oh God, there's something in here. It's so cold. Oh no, it's looking at me.
Yes, I took the silverware, bitch. What are you gonna do about it?
Fucking rotten people.
Dude, they're all terrible. They're all terrible. I remember when B.O. was running for president in 2008, right? And they called into question that he just looked too young.
B.O.? Oh.
Barack Obama.
Okay. He did look young, and then boom, it's like...
All of a sudden, he had gray hair.
Seems like that always happens to anybody that enters
I
office.
seen him at a parade in Chicago in like 2006, and he had fucking, or was it 2005? He was like smooth, man.
I think there's some kind of conspiracy that is pretty much stipulating that actual people go into the presidency and then pretty much they clone them, or it's reptilians afterwards. It's not the same person. I think that's something that they're trying to say about Joe Biden too. They keep showing these photos of Joe Biden before.
But Joe Biden doubles.
Yeah, have you seen those?
There's always something about body doubles. I don't know.
Yeah,
The body doubles is a thing. I mean, I know that. That's.
Did you ever see the movie? Did you ever hear the movie Dave with Kevin Kline?
Why does that sound familiar? But
So this guy was hired to be a body double for the president because he looked, and he matched him head to toe. Because the other president was a little bit sick, but he had like a massive heart attack and he was in a coma, and it was like there was a whole bunch of shit. They needed the president, so they had him in a coma in the basement of the White House. And Kevin Kline just kind of assumed the role as the president, and everybody thought it was him forever and a day, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, man, that's some off the wall, just out there shit. But is it really?
Bro,
Is it really?
Saddam Hussein and all of his kids had doubles
Yeah.
up the ass,
Yeah.
bro. And like they would
Like Padme.
bro, yes. Even what the fuck?
Shout out George
Osama bin
Lucas.
Laden had doubles. There's the one guy that had Osama bin Laden had doubles. He had maybe 2 doubles, but
Man, that motherfucker pumped my gas in my car on the way over here.
I mean, nowadays you can have plastic surgery good enough to completely change how you look, or have someone
the
look just
Saddam
like you.
Hussein family, bro, from like the 70s, 80s, 90s, fucking always having somebody that looks like you, like just on deck.
So my question would be, do you need a double because you're that bad a person and have that many enemies, or because you're that good a person and have that many enemies? Because so far, most of the people we've talked
That's two
about
ways.
are not somebody that I would call good, you know?
Yeah. But I think it's a two-way street. So it's either could be that you're too good and people are trying to take you out, or you're just the devil incarnated and people are trying to take you out.
Biden's got to go.
Got to go where?
He's
Somewhere,
he's
bro.
Gotta go.
He
go.
definitely does.
You think he's gonna run? They have to run him next.
They don't have a choice, which is what baffled me when you guys seriously couldn't produce anybody else. You gave us this guy, right?
Well,
if he would have ran after Obama, and I get that his son had the fucking tumor and died or whatever, and he didn't want to, but like, if you would have run him then, it would have made more sense.
yeah.
And there would have been he probably would have beat Trump.
But at Clinton, it was my turn.
Yeah.
Is what she thought it was. I thought it was my turn, is what she said.
Yeah, and the whole country fucking pulled an okie doke on her ass, didn't they?
Well, she thought it was her turn when Obama ran.
Yeah.
And Obama just came out and, yes, we can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, I don't know, but they have to run him. They don't have a choice. It's like, I married this bitch, and that's what the Democratic Party did, and that's going to cost them votes, right? That's what's going to cost them votes, and it's.
I mean, to me, man, the Bushes and the Clintons are all the same regime.
Without a doubt.
And Obama kind of went along with it too. Maybe even was worse in some ways. You just didn't see it. All the drone strikes in the Middle East, where they would like lay out like baseball cards of targets that day, and he would pick who to kill, and he would kill people's children.
You know,
and he killed Americans without having due process. Americans and
but every sitting president's done that just about.
I mean, but I think the drone warfare has really ramped up.
Yeah. You know what's funny is
15 years.
We went to the Roger Waters concert and he was playing a certain song that was about war crimes in a roundabout way. Up on the screen, he started with Reagan, and right across the eyes of it was every president from Reagan to now, and it said war criminal, and below listed all the deaths as a result of like military incursions, drone strikes. Obama's numbers were high up there, right? And then when it got to Biden, it just said, just getting started.
Who was Reagan's VP?
George Bush Sr.
He's dead now.
Who was also the former head of the CIA.
Grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, there was a Bush who was a Nazi. Did you know this?
Yeah, he helped fund fucknuts.
Volkswagen.
What the fuck's his name? Heil Hitler.
What the fuck?
There was...
His name wasn't in my head. I had to say that to remember his name.
Yeah, you can't say that.
Fuck Hitler.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, fuck
Hitler
Hitler.
was
That's fuck nuts.
But you want to know what? Everybody, like, I don't think maybe 10 people in the world ever sit down and think really about what happened all there, right?
Why would they? You're too busy in consumption today.
That's my point. So this is all going to go...
Say that again. What'd you just say?
Busy in consumption.
No, before that.
10 people in the world really sit down and think about what happened there.
In World War II?
In Germany.
Oh, I think about World War II a lot.
I know you do. That's
Yeah. Because it's the end. I look at World War I. I look at the start. I look at communism coming in to the world in the early 1900s. I look at the central bank being established in America in 1913, Spanish flu, and then World War I, World War II. I look at that as all the same war. And then I look at the continued Korea, Nam. I look at everything, and then I see us lose World War III around the time George Bush Sr. comes into power. That's when I see us losing World War III. And I see us losing World War III badly from that time up until Trump comes into office. And at that time, the facade is lifted. Now the facade's lifted, and you can clearly see the communists, and you can see the corruption coming through the Democratic Party to destroy the country from the inside out. And the Republicans just standing there spineless, letting it happen. That's what I see happening. And the facade's been lifted now, and you can see it clearly. It's going to get worse.
No.
It's going to take a recession to bring down gas prices, probably.
Well,
except on Bay Road, apparently. What the fuck?
Yeah, apparently they were competing with the 7-Eleven on
yeah,
Shattuck.
I saw a couple.
And I'm sitting there, and I went in and I paid for my gas because like you have to have at least $100 on the card you're going to use.
Yeah.
To use it at the pump anymore.
Okay.
So, and I'm not.
They put that big hold on there still?
Yeah. So anyway, I go in and I come out, and all I hear is beep beep. Move that motherfucking piece of shit, man. And it's some lady that I know, right?
Yeah.
And everywhere I've ever worked retail, she's been that one customer that's like, "How you doing, baby? Shit, it's good to see you." I can't fucking stand her.
It wasn't what's her name that I saw cuss you out, was it?
No, she ain't been back in because my buddy Jason at work was like, "You don't like it, you can fucking leave," and she left, and I haven't seen her. No, listen, she comes in with fucking 50 numbers to play, okay? And she, all right, I'm gonna read them off to you. No, you're gonna fill out a fucking slip, okay? You are not that important that I'm gonna stop everything else I got to do in here just so you can, shit. Anyway. So this lady's beeping her horn, eating a fucking taco. She was joking around or whatever, but like the line at that tiny gas station today reminded me of the pictures I saw from the 70s, Yeah. Like if you had to have a certain number on your license plate to be able to get gas on certain days, right?
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. But in reference to what we were talking about with World War II, what I was thinking about, right? So we've talked about this prior to, right? The Fuel Society, which was an occult society that a lot of the tenets of the occult side of National Socialism came out of, like the pure blood and the Aryan shit, this idea of a master race, all this shit, and then you get into Mengele and all these crazy ass fucking people who were doing the experiments, and Goebbels in charge of the Nazi propaganda. These were the guys that were terrified of Hitler, but were secretly and quietly running the show. And then the Vatican snuck them out to avoid prosecution. That's how a lot of them ended up in fucking South America. Or they just got absorbed into Operation Paperclip, in which we got Werner von Braun, who helped us make Saturn V rockets, beat the Russians to the moon, right?
That fucker is cute. Look at that fucker.
Oh, man. Get a picture of him.
Oh, my God.
And then you'll just
He's just a dog.
You were practically tonguing your cat the other day.
It's because I love that motherfucker.
Okay,
Suck
right.
his
It's
dick if he
just a
told me
cat.
to.
Stop. It's interspecies erotica, fucko. So, nobody ever talks about, everyone's, Hitler was the big baddie, and he was a terrible fucking human being, but he was also a speed freak. Not a lot of people talk about that very often anymore, right? He was fucking jacked up on dope and fucking methamphetamines.
That good shit, too.
Pure as fuck.
Well, yeah, the occult was big into drugs, right?
Pharmaceutical grade heroin, boy.
Heroin? I thought he was just on like methamphetamine.
No, he was on everything, because you could see the tremors that he had toward the end. He
was
was
a famous video at the Olympics where he's like,
yeah. How about
really?
Yep. So what I'm getting at is,
and people are fucking the white whatever the fuck, the white Nair fucking cocksuckers. They're fucking they got their flags up for this guy that was a fucking
junkie.
A junkie.
Right. So
holy shit.
Not only was this guy a junkie, right, but he wasn't very well read. Okay, a majority of his speeches were written he was a great orator. He could talk well. And he was taught how to do all this shit with his hands in order to get people to pay attention to him. Just cut the shit. In order to get people to pay attention to him, okay?
Yeah.
He was kind of a fucking dumbass. He really was. It was his crew, right? It was his fucking posse. It was his entourage that really was calling the fucking shots, okay? And so now, we fast forward to now, then all these podunk fucking skinhead dipshit butt fuckers who are like, yeah, fucking the whole thing, okay? They're incest enthusiasts, and they suck. And they,
I don't think there's anything wrong with incest, but I do have a problem with fucking retardations.
Bro, shut up.
Like, what's wrong? It's
Yusef, no.
Like, if there's no logic, I'm saying, if there's no logic, if the idea is so flawed, but you keep following it, I have a problem, but incest is pretty fine. A lot of people have sex with their family members all around the world.
Stop it.
You need God so bad.
Yeah. For somebody that prays all the time, I don't think you listen to what he says, bro. I really don't. Matter of fact, you're fucking driving your own tank over there, and it's just in reverse, bumping into fucking, dude. Seriously, you need so much goddamn help.
All my family is family. All my family's married to family. So when you say incest, I'm just like, been doing it since the beginning of time.
Okay, stop.
No, I'm dead serious.
Congratulations.
That's why
it explains a lot about your demeanor. So,
well, my mom, my parents aren't family, but my dad did get married to family after my mom.
This is being recorded, right?
What's wrong with it? Everybody overseas does it everywhere. Even the royal family. I don't give a fuck. The motherfuckers have been inbreeding since, but that's like There's a certain level of inbreeding.
It'd be inbreeding, not inbreeding. And
Inbreeding?
We're time out. You fucking swerved so far in the wrong goddamn right? Like, you are the worst pitcher in baseball. That's.
I only love Pete Rose. I don't know nobody else. That's all I took away from it. I love you, Pete Rose, and I don't know nothing else about nobody else. Go fuck yourself.
Do you have his girlfriend on Facebook? No. Add her tonight, and then we'll both message her and tell her that she needs to make sure she gets her tubes tied, or start taking birth control.
I'm gonna load her up with my babies.
So, anyway, Chris and I came to an agreement on something. I should have just let him talk, and I would have discovered that. But I like to argue, so I'm sorry. Big shout out to Eric's Corpse for being on the last show. We're sorry we couldn't help you, bro, but you don't have to be faster than the bear. You just got to be faster than the people you're with. So
meat is meat. I thought he was fast because of softball, but I guess that shit was wrong.
Have you ever walked behind that motherfucker, dude? He's the slowest human being on the face of the earth. He walks upstairs, and I pass him. Okay? He drives like old people fuck. Slow and all over the place, dude. Just fucking.
Oh, he's got to be fast if he's making drinks on busy nights.
No.
Really?
That's his job.
I'm going to be in there.
There's a difference. I watched him walk from his car to the front of his place once. It took him 10 goddamn minutes to get there.
If you're important enough, the world will wait.
You were.
I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, that's like the fourth time you've irritated me today. Today, you're fired, bro. So this is the 8th time you're fired this week. Chris, man, I
really don't know where this one went.
Well, here, I know we started out about the raid, but where will this go? The fact that he got raided, where does it go from here?
Well, he wants to see the affidavit. The judge has signed off on it, worked for Epstein. There's all kinds of shit going on that's shady as hell.
I think they delivered 3 sealed indictments today.
That'd be great.
I mean,
think they did.
It's gonna make his.
That'd be great.
Don't quote me on that, but I think I saw that somewhere this morning when I was perusing while taking a
Oh
shit.
yeah.
This raid is gonna make people rally behind Trump even harder than before, though, isn't it?
If the former presidents have done something illegal, they should be arrested.
If the former president, yeah.
Yeah,
if he did something illegal, but I mean, they've been saying that he's done illegal shit since the moment I found.
He's a dirty ass businessman and a fucking dipshit of a human being. And if you know what, here's the thing. As much as I fucking hate to say this, right? As much as I fucking hate to say this, they couldn't impeach him. They tried twice. They couldn't do it.
I mean, look, if
they impeached him, but they didn't convict him. They went through the trial in the Senate twice. They couldn't convict him, and honestly, I don't believe they had the grounds to. But
I don't think they had not a single shred of anything on him because they've had such a hard on for that guy from day one and haven't been able to do shit.
The first impeachment, they impeached Trump for something Biden did. They said that he did a quid pro quo with the Ukrainian president, and Biden's on camera doing a quid pro quo.
Oh yeah,
with Ukraine. He's on camera.
That was when he was the vice president, right?
Yeah, he's on camera extorting Ukraine with $1 billion of taxpayer money.
Yep, he said, "You want this check?" He's like, "One phone call will make this all fucking stop being emotion."
And then the second one, they impeached him for what Pelosi and Bowser did.
So what do we think
live
then?
in an alternate reality that nothing real happens.
Is Trump's chances then better now?
They did not.
When they were gonna bring Pelosi in, all of a sudden they stopped trying to continue questioning. As soon as they realized that Pelosi was going to get called into Congress and get put under oath, all of a sudden they were like, "Hey, you know what? Never mind."
Well,
She didn't want to get under rope. She didn't want to get questioned.
That's okay. Whatever. Cool story. So we're reaching 38 minutes.
We should do some research sometime. Besides, whatever CNN says.
I don't think I've watched CNN in probably 2 years. I haven't. But, you know.
Honestly, I haven't watched any of the news at all anymore.
I love how you back your facts up with I don't have any. So that's... Hey, your prerogative is my favorite thing in this world. You know why? You know why? Because you just keep doing your thing and I'll keep doing mine. So...
I mean, you're a creature of common sense now, right?
Who, me?
Yeah. How do you make your you let your best part of your brain come up with like what's logical, right? I mean,
yes,
you
I do.
Like all these people are bad news, right?
Okay, where are you going with this?
Somebody has to be doing somewhat to what we need. Like somebody's what's the word I'm looking for? Ugh. Is it such a stretch that Trump, as weird, because I wholeheartedly believe that all these motherfuckers are crooked. They're all in on something. But for whatever reason, I believe that there was a reason why Trump had to be put in the office and that he did have our best interest at heart. But I believe that there was a point. I believe they wanted to find out certain Americans so that they can have them have them documented. I was telling this to Chris the other day. I believe they were trying to expose who the Patriots were so that they'd know who to go for first thing.
Okay.
Does that not stand any kind of nothing logical behind that?
Say that again.
Yeah.
Say it one more time.
No.
I believe that everybody in politics is crooked and corrupt, even Trump. And Trump has done us a big number of favors ever since he got into office. But I believe the reason behind Trump is to expose who the true patriots are in the United States so that they could know once it's time to, for me, because I know this is going to sound crazy, for me, when the Antichrist rolls around, they need to expose who the patriots are, who the people that are going to fight, and they need to go after them first. And I believe that was the reason behind Trump, to expose who the patriots are.
I think you're saying it backwards. To expose,
Am I saying it backwards?
To expose who wants to burn America down?
No.
I think
to expose who would fight for America.
I mean, it's easier to see. Okay,
I believe the reason behind Trump is to expose who the true patriots are, and to put them on some kind of document to know who to go after first.
I mean, to go after. I think. I mean,
because these are the people who will resist. They're not going to play ball. They're not going to follow through.
I mean, you're going to talk. I mean, the silent majority is going to be there too. But I think it's easier to see who hates America and wants to burn America down now.
But that's the people that they want to keep around.
Right, but you can see them clearly.
Yes, and that's part of the plan, I believe.
But those people, if America were taken over, those people would be the first people to be thrown out.
Yeah, but they want them to stay, and they want to get rid of the people that will fight for America. Does that not seem like where we're headed to right now? I think
you're backwards. I think you're seeing the enemy clearly now instead of seeing the Patriots clearly.
I believe the idea is to see the Patriots and let the enemies do their thing. I believe that's what's going on. That's where we're heading.
I think it's the opposite.
We want to breed the enemy. I believe that's what's happening right now. Breed more of this crazy thought process and then destroy the Patriots slowly but surely. And the stragglers that are left behind, now we know who to go after. I know, Pete. I know I sound crazy. I don't just make up, like, I have to sit down and think through shit.
No, I just simply don't give a fuck. That's all. I think
gotta care about something, brother.
I care about things that I have immediate control over. If I sit here and spin everything and think, I gotta figure it out. I figured out the vast fucking conspiracy by which we are all dictated to live our lives and blah, 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 blah.
I mean, you can clearly see the enemies now. You can clearly see the ones burning American flags, the ones burning down American cities, the ones pushing bills to destroy, the nuclear families, the ones that are making the government bigger. But they do it right in front of you,
and they allow it to happen, right?
Yeah, so
they're not doing anything behind closed doors anymore.
The Democrats push all that shit, and the dickless Republicans have been letting them. That's what's been happening.
Yeah.
So we have reached 43 minutes. And it has been a very long day, so before I don't know, spiral into some sort of psychotic break from listening to this, I will say that I love you both. Thank you for being a part of my journey.
Happy 1, 2, 3, 4.
Fifth. The aliens are coming to get us. They're going to probe our fucking assholes with their dicks.
You can't. Okay. Goodbye.
Peace.
No, I'm busy tonight, actually.